Hey Storm fans, welcome to this special report on LakeErieStorm.com. We're here in the Garfield Center Wrestling Room talking with head Storm Wrestling coach Kevin Hoogenboom as Lake Erie Wrestling team will get set to compete in the Super Regional 2 this weekend in Edmond, Oklahoma. And coach, before we get into talking about the regionals, let's recap the season here. Year 2 for the Storm, a very solid dual season for you guys so far.
Yeah, in the first interview we did 6 months ago, we talked about setting up a competitive schedule to see the competition lead up to the regional. I think our dual record shows that, just below 500, an improvement from last year. But going in, we've seen, the toughest competition there is. Our guys are ready, and I think having that tougher schedule early on is going to benefit us down the road.
You talked about that tougher schedule. It featured several ranked teams throughout the course of the year, and not loading up at the beginning of the season, not having them all in the middle, but it was spread out throughout the year pretty much with top 25 teams throughout.
Yeah, we dueled 19 teams this year, and 11 of them were top 20 Division II teams. We purposely set up that type of schedule, like I said, so leading into regionals, there were no surprises. Our guys have seen the competition. We know what we have to do to compete at that level. Of course, we would have liked to come out on the winning end a little more during the season, but the big goal for us is qualifying guys to the regional tournament, to the NCAAs, and sometimes you have to wrestle that type of competition in order to be ready. So we feel prepared. We feel like we're ready to go this weekend.
Let's talk a little bit now about the regionals and heading in. The regional rankings just came out. The Storm with nine wrestlers in the top 8 in 10 weight classes. So a very good ranking. 2 wrestlers ranked at the top of their respective weight class in the region, in Zach Vargo and Matt Vandermeer, 149 and 165. And let's talk a little bit about their season. Zach's been having an exceptional season, and he's caught fire at the right time.
Yeah, Zach came back to us during the middle of the year, in December there, and we threw him right into the lineup. We knew the type of talent that he could wrestle with. First tournament in Midwest Classic, our prestigious tournament we go to every year with a lot of the better Division II talent. He takes 4th place. Loses his first match, wrestles back 5 straight, and gets a nice placement there, and that kind of put him right on the map immediately. He's won 14 matches in a row. Just today got ranked in the top 8 in the country. He's the #1 kid in our region right now. So, we're excited about what he can accomplish, only being a sophomore in the future, which is real good for Zach. Matt, he came in as a freshman, highly touted out of Michigan, and he's done a great job. 27 wins, the most wins we've had this season. And he's wrestled 37 matches, so 10 losses, he's seen it all. Matt's a tough kid. He's going to have a real tough regional tournament. He's wrestled close matches with all those guys, but again, going back to the tough schedule, he's seen what he has to compete with, and he's been successful so far. So those 2 guys have a really good shot, along with many others, to make it off this weekend.
And I think you'd say, would it be fair to say that unlike last year, your first year at the regional meet, coming in this year, a full roster with everybody representative of a weight class, do you feel that anybody can do some damage in any given weight?
Absolutely. That's the beautiful thing about wrestling. You got to show up on that day, and you got to win on that day. We don't have any qualifying events or qualifying time. You could be a returning national champion. You still got to show up at the regional, place in the top 4. We got 4 to 5 guys who are right on that, number 4, number 5 cusp. Maybe have to avenge a 1 or 2 point loss, but that's what we've been working hard towards. Is overcoming those losses and really making that push at the regional tournament this week in Oklahoma. We got a lot of guys who are right there, and one solid performance, we could see ourselves with 4 to 5 national qualifiers. It wouldn't surprise me.
Now let's talk about last year, your debut in the regional, the first year of the program, obviously, and probably a disappointing finish at the regional meet, but a lot of the guys who competed in that event back this year. Has there been any talk about, hey, what we learned last year, taking it into this year, or are we just going with a clean slate this season?
We started over. Last year was tough. We only had 7 guys competing at regional. And, we got beat up at the regional last year. Started out 0-9, and one of our better wrestlers coming up. And, we talked about that momentum this year. Us starting off good, and we really feed off each other. And I feel like, we didn't have that last year. This year we got strong guys down low. We got a strong core. We got a strong upper end of our weight classes. So we kind of feed off each other, and when we get going, we're a tough team to beat. So we're looking to kind of just snowball right into regionals, have 10 guys healthy, rested, and ready to go, and hopefully we can build off each other and keep the confidence alive all weekend.
All right, that's head coach Kevin Hoogenboom, the Storm Wrestlers at the University of Central Oklahoma for the NCAA Division II Super Regional 2 this weekend, February 25 and 26. Get all your coverage right here on LakeErieStorm.com.